welcome back to my vlogs. So I've been meaning to pick up my camera for ages now and do more of like a routine update kind of video, because I did have some good feedback from people that they wanted to see more of that. But I've been meaning to just pick it up, and then I've picked it up and I've done like an intro, and then just either the camera batteries died or I've just totally forgot to do it, which is bad on my part. But we're here, we're getting it done today. So today is Monday the 21st of November. Where has this year gone? I do not know. And so I thought I'd just start with a little bit of a sort of update, kind of where I'm at the moment, what's been going on. So obviously I'm still in off season, and I just finished my little sort of mini cut, which is the longer one just before obviously I start prep next year. So I will do another little kind of pre-prep diet ahead of obviously starting prep, which is on the timeline for like February time. So we did 6 weeks, which was quite sort of aggressive fat loss phase to try and just get rid of as much body fat as possible, get the body a little bit more sort of ready to push food up again, keeping body composition in a good spot. Weight loss was quite fast at first. I did lose sort of 3 kilos in the first 2 weeks, which obviously, you know, mostly water and just any kind of fullness from my muscles as carbs come down. But yeah, continued to really kind of push things on with that. Steps were up to 14,000. Cardio was in every day apart from leg day at 30 minutes. And then calories got down just sort of about 1,500. So not my lowest from the last time I did cut. I did have to push down to like 12,000 because my starting base calories weren't as high. Obviously I've been in a surplus for pretty much the whole of this year, like a big surplus for me as well. Like being able to kind of push myself into those territories were quite challenging for me, because it's not something that is enjoyable, obviously, especially me having kind of previous, you know, body image issues, you know, and I think a lot of women do struggle with that side of it, because, you know, we're ingrained to not want to kind of push that. But in terms of bodybuilding, it is needed, and it's needed for a lengthy amount of time as well. Like it's no point just doing it for sort of 6-7 weeks, because you won't build up that surplus and you won't obviously build as much muscle as you possibly could. So I had to just get on with it, get it done. And then obviously when I did diet, because I had spent a long time up there, it was so much easier to actually diet. And that's the first time really that I have found that energy stayed in quite a good spot. My training wasn't really affected. It was only like the last week where sort of general fatigue started to catch up that I did feel the kind of, you know, weight start to come down in my sessions, and, you know, just having to dig in a little bit more to be there, which is understandable. But it was all done. I dropped 5 kilo in total, but the look in itself was really good. I might post it up here so you can actually see a comparison. I didn't put it on Instagram, but I might just put it up here just because I want to kind of go through the importance of actually being able to push up to them levels. Because if you do actually want to create more muscle and you do actually want to sort of progress your physique, it's gonna need, you're gonna need to actually be in that surplus for a while. Obviously I've taken a long time away from competing to to make sure I can just make as much progress as I possibly can. Obviously my personal journey will be completely different to everybody else's, and you know, our bodies respond in totally different ways, and you know, some people find it easier to put on muscle tissue, some people find it easier to stay lean, and it's very much independent to each person. So you know, for me, because I think I've always been a little bit on the chunkier side growing up and things, my body naturally kind of has a bit more fat cells that do just like to come back whenever we're in a surplus. But that is that, and that is kind of what has been done. In terms of my routine and foods that I've ate, I didn't have very many off-plan meals over this kind of course of this year. Obviously I went away a few times, but it was all kind of managed and prepped and planned. Obviously you'll have seen on some of the videos that I've put out, like, I do like to try and control as much as I can. So even though it was a surplus, it was all very controlled, and the meal timings were on point, and I was still doing all my steps and everything like that. My sleep time, my wake time, water intake, everything has been really nailed this year. And I find that because of that, when I did transition over into the dieting phase, it was literally just a case of, right, I've got to move a little bit more and I've got to eat a little bit less. Everything else stays exactly the same. And I think when you have that mindset and you actually sort of keep within that rhythm and stuff, when you do go into kind of different phases of your journey, it is just so much easier to actually just do that, because you're not like having to change loads of things, like making sure you're getting up a little bit earlier so you can do cardio, or you know, trying to fit everything into your actual day. So for me, I found that so much easier. All I had to do was kind of plan a little bit more time to get some extra steps in. So for instance, I added like an extra 10 minutes onto each kind of walk that I would do anyway. So I always do a walk on a morning, like a pre-workout walk, and then if I'm on a rest day, I'll probably just go for like an afternoon walk, and then I was adding in another walk at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I just made that a little bit longer just to get the rest of my steps up, and then just being genuinely active during the day. So making sure that kind of every couple of hours, if I've been working, I'll just get up, move a little bit, and just keep things flowing. So we are back into the reverse now. So I have been on a week and a half now of my calories are back up to 2,000 calories. Carbs are back up to like 200 on rest day and training day. And I actually lost weight the first couple of days when food did go in. And then I've fully maintained that weight since the calories gone up. Expenditure has gone down to 12,000 from 14. And cardio is just 3 days a week at 20 minutes now. So expenditure has gone down, stress and fatigue has dropped off, and my body is really enjoying the food because I've not actually put any weight on at all. I have been doing 1 day on, 1 day off at D volume this week, again just to kind of drop off that fatigue, so that when I do go back to full volume on Wednesday, I'm ready to go. And I almost already feel ready, because I notice in myself when I'm really fatigued but still kind of pushing, my mindset is just a little bit different. You've kind of got to focus in a little bit more rather than actually enjoying it. It's a bit more of a slog, and for me, training is what I love. So when I notice that dipping, I know that I'm fatigued, and I also notice that I get a little bit sort of aggy and, you know, don't really like kind of being around people. And it's probably why I've not actually picked up the camera, because when I'm just a bit tired and run down, kind of my social button, whatever you want to call it, is just a bit flat. So I can tell I'm feeling a lot better because I am recording this video. So yeah, today is a rest day. It's a Monday, so I've already done my check-ins for this morning. I'm just going to go through their videos now. So I always do their responses first thing on the morning, and then so that they've got everything that they need for when they do wake up that day. Any changes that need to be made can be literally rolled out from the minute they wake up. And then I go out and do my morning steps and stuff like that. So I've just been and done those. I did cardio this morning, just getting that out the way, and then I am back on my computer now, just going to go through video replies, any programming stuff that I need to do, and then just some catch-up bits with things. But I'm going to have my meal one now, which is a big breakfast for a big girl, and it is 150 ml of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, 100 grams of veg, and then I've got 50 grams of oats, which are back, they were taken away, and I am just queen of the oats, like absolutely love oats. I don't get people who don't like them, I'm sorry, but if you don't like oats, then there's something wrong with you. So I have oats, 50 grams, and then 100 grams of berries. I always like to use the frozen ones because I like that hot and cold consistency, because I'm weird. So yeah, I'm going to have that now. It is now, what time is it? It is now 10 to 9, so I usually have my breakfast at 8:30, but I've been recording this, so I'm going to eat this now, and then I will take you through my day. I think I'm going to go into town today, which is really important if you do have an online coach to send videos. I do some powerlifting coaching as well, so it's important for me to be able to see the actual lifts and movements, and kind of go through maybe little technique adjustments that would help kind of be a little bit more powerful through the movement. So obviously one of my clients has sent me a squat video today and saying that she has got pain in her elbows and biceps from squatting, and she hadn't sent me some videos for a while, so I was like, send me some videos, let me have a look. And she was actually holding the bar too close and elbows down. So obviously when you do low bar squats and the weight distribution is kind of a little bit not in the center, you will take the weight on your arms, and that's why a lot of people who do get low bar squats will get kind of bicep tendonitis and elbow issues and stuff like that. So making sure that you are creating like a shelf on the back of your shoulders, so that the sort of center of gravity is sort of straight down, and you're kind of in the middle of the weight distribution as you go down, so that it's not kind of going too far back or too far forward. So you are actually set in a nice way where the weight isn't going to be taken in your arms, especially if you are somebody who can shift quite a lot of weight. If you think about having sort of something like 100 odd kilos like bending your arms back as you move through the squat, that's going to create some issues. So that's why it's really important to keep on top of your videos, so you can actually see for yourself as well. Like if you haven't got a coach, using it to analyze things and kind of look at the way that your body moves through the movement, it's a really good tool to be able to do like self-assessment with your lifts and stuff. And also because sometimes it feels really shit and it doesn't actually look really shit, so that could be like an indication that you can probably push a little bit harder. So yeah, there's some of my things from this morning. So I'm still doing some more videos. It is now 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna finish off these probably about 10:30. I'll be done, and I will be going out for a little walk and then getting my second meal in, and then yeah, I'll catch up with you a little bit later on. So this is meal 2, and it is 11 o'clock, and I'm going to have 60 grams of oats and 30 grams of whey, which is this white chocolate form. It is unbelievable. If you like a Milky Bar, it is basically just a Milky Bar. Salt, sweetener, stevia sweetener, and then frozen berries as well, and some dark chocolate, which is this. So I make my oats with boiling water. So I basically just cover it, not too much, probably like that, and then I just let them soak. Whilst I make my sauce. So always remember to weigh your scoop, because scoops lie. They are not always what they say. So always make sure that you weigh it out. And then with the sauce, I know I've probably done this loads of times on here, but literally the tiniest amount of water, and then just literally mix it up. If you put less water in first, you can always add to it. It depends how thick you like it, but I literally make it like that, and oh my god, it is unbelievable. I could literally live on this meal, which is why I have it on a training day and on a rest day, because I need to get my fix. So yeah, that's basically the oats. I always find that when you have a little bit more, so like this is 60 grams, on a training day when I have a little bit more, I just find that it's easier to get it down when it's not like a huge bowl. So that, then put the dark chocolate on. Grams. And then I just literally let that melt a little bit, and then I'll put my frozen berries on, and then I'll pour this over the top. So it is 12:30. God, I need to do something about these bags. I'm just going to have a walk into Newcastle. I'm going to film the rest of this on my phone, so I don't have to carry the camera into the town with me. But yeah, I've done all my work this morning. Everybody is happy and got everything what they need to do for the day. So yeah, I'm just going to get my steps in, have a little bit of a wander. I need to actually get my dad a birthday present, so I'm going to do that. And yeah, just have a rest day where I actually have a bit of a rest, active rest. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've just come into the Phoenix food hall, which I'm so glad that I'm not hungry right now, because the food in here looks insane. See if I can get my dad something from in here. Just come out of Phoenix, and the Christmas markets are up in Newcastle, so I'm going to actually have a little wander around these now. So that was a nice surprise. So yeah, I've not actually been to the Newcastle Christmas markets before, because obviously last year I was in Manchester, so yeah, we're going to have a little wander around these and see what's about. So the markets were pretty shite. just food stuff really. But I did get my dad some socks because the dog keeps eating his socks anyway, so I thought, get him some socks. Can't go wrong with socks. Especially when you've got a birthday so close to Christmas, like, you know what I mean? Just a little something will do. It is now 3 o'clock, so I am starving, so I didn't take any food with me to the town because I didn't think I would be as long. So I'm going to have my food when I get back. I'm literally just coming up to mine now, so yeah, completed all my steps, and yeah, just gonna do some little bits and bobs on the computer now, and do a little bit of stretching actually, because my shoulder is really hurting from walking, so I'm gonna do a little bit of mobility and get myself ready to get back to training tomorrow. So this is my meal 3, which is 100 grams of chicken and 100 grams of stir-fried veg. Pre-cooked the chicken already, so I literally just chuck it in the pan, which is perfect for when you are starving and you want to have something nice and quick. I've also got some spuds in the air fryer for my next meal. I literally just cut them up and put them straight in there for 20 minutes. Job's a good one. So I'm just back on the computer. It is now 4 p.m. and I'm just going through some of the training videos that I've got through from today, so I can just give people the feedback on those. I've got a couple of clients competing over the next couple of weeks, so I'm just sort of monitoring their stuff a little bit closely as well. So yeah, I always tend to do this kind of on a rest day, just make sure that I'm filling my time with work and my own kind of moving around, but I had a really good day today, sort of just getting out and about, doing a little bit of window shopping. I always find that when you have to buy for other people, like Christmas, there's like so many things that you want to get. So yeah, I didn't buy anything for myself, but I will put things on my Christmas list. So yeah, that is pretty much it for my day. Just kind of keeping into routine, keeping into the swing of everything, keeping busy. Obviously I didn't take my food to this town with me today. If I was going for longer, I would always kind of prep and take at least one meal, but I did eat just before I went out. So having still like 3.5 hours between meals is fine. I probably close the gap between the evening meals a little bit more, so have like an hour and a half between those. But yeah, I'm just gonna literally do a little bit of stretching and then chill out for the rest of the day. Everything has been done what's needed to be done, kind of my steps, cardio, everything like that is boxed off. Really looking forward to getting back into training tomorrow. It's my last D-volume session, which is a pull session, and then back to normal training from Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, which is exciting because I am ready. I'm ready to get back into it. Anybody who kind of enjoys training really doesn't like these D-loads, D-volumes, whatever you want to call them, but they are needed to sort of get fresh and sort of have that momentum sort of built back up so you can actually continue to keep going. Obviously I'm nice and fresh now, so I can start to use all the extra foods that I've got going in and put them to good use, and hopefully have a good couple of months push up now until, when is it, like February, and then yeah, we'll be almost ready to prep. So yeah, I'm gonna chill for the rest of the night now. Try and do something with these bags under my eyes which have just appeared. So if anyone knows any tips on how to get rid of bags, that would be awesome. So yeah, this has just been a chit chat video. So I mean, a little bit different to the usual training setup, but this is basically my day, and it's how I kind of roll with it, just living the life. so yeah, I'm going to cut the video off here, and yeah, I'll keep updating with sort of a little bit more kind of routine-y vlogs and things like that over the next sort of couple of weeks, and then we will start a proper prep series when that comes around, which is exciting. I'm actually really excited to prep, because it's felt like it's been a long time, but it hasn't really. But yeah, I am excited to do that, and obviously take you all along for the journey to see what gains have been made over this last sort of, I don't know, 2 years away from the stage. So yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff for me. If you enjoy watching it, I'll continue to make these videos, all 200 of you. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.